Hey everybody, this week was Enterprise Connect down in Orlando, and Ilya Buckstein, one of the corporate vice presidents from Microsoft, actually gave the Microsoft keynote this year. And there was a lot of announcements. I mean, the announcements were so many, I can't even recap them all today, but I do want to give you some of the ones that I think are going to be pretty cool when they come out. There's a blog that was posted. I'll make sure that we get it linked in the description below. And I believe the Enterprise Connect people are actually going to get his keynote actually posted online as well. But here's some of the features that I really liked on the announcement. So they're going to offer a chat, and then you can at nearby, and you can figure out who's in the office to see if that's like you want to actually move into a meeting room versus everybody being in the office and figuring out like just everybody's at their desk and oh, we should have done a meeting room. With that, they're also going to be able to auto update your workplace presence based if you're connected to the company Wi-Fi. So now you can pair that with the chat at nearby, and you can figure out who's in the office today because maybe the office is large and you just don't know. And you can have more of a discussion in person versus over virtual. That's going to be in public preview next month in April. So be on the lookout for that. They've been teasing this one for a while, but this one's out there now. It's in public preview rather, where you can actually resize your Teams windows. So in the apps or the panes or the zoom level for each of those specific items, you can actually control the size in there. So that's public preview now. They talked about that in Ignite last year, but it's not been available for people, and now it's in public preview. So that one's going to be a good one to see. I can't wait to resize some of the chat windows that I have. This one was really cool, and I fell under my radar. I wasn't aware of this one. But now you can do a live chat from your website into Teams. And this is GA. This is already in the US now. Supposed to be globally by the end of the month. It'll probably be sometime in Q2, but globally it's supposed to be there. So you can connect Teams into your website if you have a chat feature on your website where the end users can be chatting on the website, and you can feed that directly into Teams and have a conversation back and forth that way. The shared tab update that's been out there for a while. When they merged a lot of the chat and the collaboration together, they added a shared tab that's in there. You can now search by who shared it. Like, so, hey, Sally in HR shared this file with me in this channel. I need to go find it. Or when it was shared. So you can actually see, you can search by when it was shared and who shared it. And a neat thing that they showcased was there's going to be an option now. You can go directly to the message when they shared it in case there's some added context in the chat itself for the document. So you can go directly to it and figure it out. I can't wait for that one. Copilot on Teams phone. So now you can actually use Copilot without enabling transcription first on a Teams phone. So this is a PSTN type call. So if you are on Teams and you're calling somebody outside of your tenant and you want to be able to use Copilot to do it like a meeting recap for you, before you had to enable transcription so it had something to recap for you. Now you can do that without enabling transcription first. You can just start talking and you can come back later with Copilot and do that. That's in public preview now. You have to have a Copilot license for that. It's just not going to be there. You do have to have a license for that. And that's, like I said, that's in Teams phone for PSTN, and it's in public preview, and you need a Copilot license. Another feature that you need a Copilot license for that's supposed to be public preview next month is when you're on a Teams phone call and you want to transfer this to somebody, and you've had a dialogue already, and you want to have the meeting recap or the Copilot summarization for what you have done already, you want to transfer that summary to the person you're transferring the call to, well, that's coming out as well. So it's going public preview next month, at least on the schedule. It's supposed to go public preview next month. So if you're having a conversation, you want to transfer the Copilot summary to the person you're transferring the call to, that's going to be something that's available for you. Another cool one, SMS for Teams calling. So if you want to open up Teams and you want to text or chat with somebody that's not on Teams and it's like a cell phone, that is actually now you can do that. That is GA for US and Canada. So you can open up Teams, type in the number in the to field, start typing out a message, and it will go over SMS to the person's cell phone. Now there's some kind of policies and stuff you have to enable in the tenant, but that is GA now. The facilitator agent. Agents were big in Ignite. They announced all these facilitator agents and all these other agents that they've been doing. Facilitator is going to be in Teams rooms as well. So it's not just for the people that are one-to-one in meetings, if you have a Teams room, it doesn't matter if it's Windows or Android, that's coming public preview next quarter. So calendar Q2, that's supposed to be public preview. Facilitator agent for Teams room, that's going to be big. And an auto upgrade. This one was announced at Ignite 2, and this is GA next month. At least that's what they're saying. So auto upgrade your meeting protection level based on what you are sharing in your meeting. So if you are sharing a file, like a screen share, on a file that is an L1 or an L2 type data, class like the sensitivity classification, you can actually update the meeting protection based on that automatically. Now, it does require some additional licensing that you have to have Purview configured and set up, and you also have to have a Teams premium license for that. But with those two together, if you are sharing something and you didn't set the meeting protection correctly, or you weren't intending on sharing a specific document, you can have Teams automatically do the meeting protection based on that share file. Those are just some of the ones that I thought were very interesting. There was a lot of devices that were announced that were certified. There was a lot of other things for town halls that were announced. There was a lot of things for webinars that were announced. These are just the ones that I felt like were like, oh, that's going to be really cool. And it's going to be really useful. So make sure you go out there and look at what all they did announce. See if you can find the keynote from Ilya. It's always a great time listening to Ilya talk. I'll see you next time.